Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Vipersocks, and he's in the Gremyashchy. And I'm probably mispronouncing the ship name. Anyway, he's on the map Solomon Islands. In a frequent domination game, it's a tier 5 battle, so yeah, we are going low tier today. There are 2 carriers, which is obviously not what you want to find, but you know, in top tier is pretty nice. Now you might know Vipersocks because he regularly divisions with me on my Twitch stream. He also has a YouTube channel of his own, so I'm going to be linking that in the video description. And well, you know, some people will criticize this as seal clubbing, but sometimes you just need to go back to some lower tiers, regain your sanity, and hey, it's not like he's playing a carrier, so there is that. Now there is a E22 just rushing in, and you see, the thing is, you see the same thing at higher tiers, but at lower tiers I at least assume this is a new player who doesn't know better, and he's getting told by a carrier on his way. Of course he is. And down he goes. That's one enemy destroyer dealt with, and a lovely start. Now, the enemy team has taken the center. But, you know, so far it's not looking good objective-wise for the friendlies, but we're still early in this game, so nothing to worry about. Also, I mean, Lowtier, this is a very small map, and the Gremyashchy is fast enough to be at the places he needs to be very fast. So, we have ships actually pushing into the sea cap, like the Aruna. So Viper could just stay here and try to top those guys, but he isn't going to get this cap unless he gets rid of those guys. Meanwhile, he could just, I don't know, maybe deal with the hill and take the center. Now that sounds lovely, because that's the only destroyer the enemies have left, and that hill is also just rushing in for whatever reason. I assume he is new to this, and he is still learning. So, that hill isn't going to survive, but maybe he managed to talk to friendly there. Or maybe not. So far we haven't seen too much of the enemy carrier, which is always nice. Well, enemy carriers, there is 2 of them, and both of them are not that interested in hunting down Viper, it looks like. So we've got some torp bombers here incoming against the cruiser. As you can see, the anti-air of the cruiser is not really shooting down any planes, cause, you know, why would it? Now, of course, the torp is easily dodged, so at least there is that. And now the friendlies can just try to take the B cap. Friendlies are also flipping A, so far not looking too bad. I mean, the enemy team out of destroyers is definitely a blow for them, although they can just probably sail with the capital ships into sea and take it that way. And Viper, he wants to go into this cap. Like just going in for a nice quick hug with the friendly cruiser. Make sure the friendly cruiser knows he's appreciated. Or maybe no hugging, but you know. Close enough. So, is the enemy team actually trying to push into B now? There is an Iron Duke, already pretty low on health, coming this way. There are planes coming. And Viper is using his smokescreen to avoid being spotted by planes. He definitely wants to take this cap here. And he's using his anti-air to help the cruiser. Not that he is shooting down an awful lot, but you know, he's doing some damage, I suppose. So Iron Duke is getting closer. Oops, are on the way. And actually, I think that Iron Duke is too fast. Words that you don't hear too often, but I think that Iron Duke might be too fast. But you know, there is a fire, so I guess we're going the old-fashioned way with guns and fires. And that's one less Iron Duke, so now the friendlies can actually take this camp. And they are in a pretty decent spot. I mean, they only have one ship. Only have a one ship lead, but they still have destroyers. And destroyers can be very valuable in domination. Now, of course, the two carriers could counter the friendly destroyers, but, you know, they don't care. They just probably want damage. And there is the camp. So, well, I mean, there is still a camp that's not taken by anyone. Someone's currently inside. Possibly the Kiro for the Haruna. I guess Viper's going to investigate.
Двигатель в форсированном режиме.
So far, the enemy team seems to have gone pretty passive here, like they have quite a few ships here, not in a mood to... Well, I mean... They don't really outnumber the friendlies here, but honestly, they might try something. The Haruna is coming this way too. Maybe the enemies will try and push into A. Probably should. Meanwhile, Hero tailing broadside, Viper is just farming with some armor piercing here. It looks like the enemy team is actually trying something here. See, now that Italian here seems to be on pretty low health, so they could easily sink that. Well, both of those cruisers. So actually, that's not looking too bad for the enemies. Like, also, an enemy carrier could just come in and delete those cruisers. And those guys could just sail around and delete those cruisers. So the only one actually putting up much of a fight here is probably going to be Viper. Unless, of course, those cruisers manage to stay undetected behind an island and just pew-pew from there. Don't think the islands will be very good for that. So we will see. Now this looks more like a high-tier game. The enemy team is utterly passive and not doing anything.
Дымогенератор запущен.
Well, looks like Viper was the one who was providing the spotting, but the carrier is on the way, so soon we will have vision again. And the New York is actually shooting. Now I can understand why he wants to blind shoot that smoke, but that means he's given his position away. Because, well, maybe the carrier would have detected otherwise, but that makes it just so much easier. Although I think the troops are just going to solve it anyway. Okay, only one. I was thinking two. Meanwhile, the Kirov is now coming around. Kirov has... Does he have like 4.5 kilometer torps? Oh, friendly torping here. Well, and that Kirov has been showing quite a bit too much broadside, I guess. So there is still a little bit of New York left. Torps are on their way. Once again, we are lacking spotting. It's looking pretty good for the friendlies by now. And I think the enemy is still... What is he flooding? Burning something. So Viper decides, you know what? It's time to get the Kraken. I mean, he needs one more kill. So he's just going to charge this guy. He's still pretty healthy. Lowtier battleships are very inaccurate, while the New York has quite a few guns. Oh, and even high explosive loaded. Good for you, New York. Unfortunately for the New York, it just wasn't enough. And I guess he's going to go down before he manages another reload.
Неполадки устранены.
Oops are on the way. Actually, it might be enough for another trolley, but I think the gun traverse cannot keep up with Viper's speed. So, goodbye, New York. Now, meanwhile, the friendlies actually have lost the center. A lone enemy cruiser has decided, you know what, objectives might be a good idea, but by now the enemy team is just probably a little bit low on ships. Also, I find it interesting that the enemy battleship is hiding behind his carriers. That's more like what you expect to see at tier 10. So, the enemy carriers have finally decided to focus on Viper, it looks like. It would have been helpful if they did that like 10 minutes ago. But I guess they ran out of targets. No, wait, they aren't running out of targets. Maybe they are just decided that... Oh, Maybe that carrier decided he needs to do that in self-defense. So, Yehosho. It's gonna be interesting. Unfortunately, Viper is pretty low on health though. And especially if the other carrier is helping, that would be rather problematic. What's the other carrier going to do though? He's going with torpedo bombers after somebody else.
Постановка дымов завершена.
So Viper lost vision of the carrier right now, but I think he's just content taking this cap. Capping gives experience and he can just shoot the Haruna. And it's not like the Hosho has an easy way of turning around here, so the Hosho might still be here once the Haruna has been sunk, and then he can just easily leave and hopefully deal with the carrier. There is the cap. He's detected, so something has to be very close to detecting in his smoke. Which must be the carrier. Is the carrier charging this smoke with his carrier? Yes, yes he is. And Viper is almost dead, I might add. The battleship could now easily sink him. But that's a devastating strike and wasn't that a fun one. We have a high caliber and a Confederate too.
Двигатель в штатном режиме.
Now, as I said before, low-tier battleships are not very accurate, so in 8.8 kilometers it's easy that the Haruna will miss and Viper will survive. Well, look, the Haruna missed. Now that leaves the enemy with a cruiser that's actually hunting the friendly carriers. Well, friendly carrier. The other carrier was smart enough to actually run away, it looks like. And well, then there is the Hermes. Epic day. Well, not so epic now, it looks like. Orbs are almost reloaded, and it looks like that carrier is also figuring out that Viper might be a good target to attack. But Viper's troops almost... I mean, Viper might just be able to... actually, maybe he can finish him off with guns, but those planes are getting closer fast, and one strike might just be enough to sink Viper here. So, go Viper, just dodge. Well, I mean, sort of. So the enemy carrier is down. And will the carrier get his revenge? Yep. But you know, this game is over. Yeah, it's just that one cruiser remaining that is going down too. Here we are with the results. vipersocks earned himself 2,809 base experience. Not too shabby. And yeah, I know. It was kind of seal clubbing, wasn't it? He also achieved the devastating strike, a Confederate, a Kraken, and a high caliber, scoring 144,000 points of damage, sinking 7 enemies. And I still found it quite interesting to watch. Sometimes you just wanna take a look at lower tiers again, I suppose. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching it too, and I'll see you guys next time.